All right, this is your man, sir-Earl, coming at you live. Um, these electronic gadgets. Last week, um, I did record a podcast, but for some reason, the the platform that I recorded on, the software that I use, did not take it. So I set up here and I recorded uh, a whole session, and it only took on Facebook the way that I recorded and distributed through my other platforms, iHeart, iTunes, things like that. It never recorded the song. It never recorded the podcast. Now today, I'm recording. It seems to be okay. We'll find out. And now the Facebook won't let me do a Facebook Live. So it's acting crazy. So I'm gonna go ahead, record it, try to distribute it out, and hopefully everybody still get it. So today, today is Monday. The date is the Monday, October 4th. This year is flying past. We're already in October. A couple more months, we'll be going into a new year. So it's amazing how quickly time flies. So I'm not going to be including a Facebook video live feed like I normally do because this thing is just not acting right. It will not let me do it. Last week it didn't record, so that's why no one received it. Today it won't let me do a live feed whatsoever, even though I did my post this morning. So I'm going to go on and I'm going to try to record this just on the recording side and not do the Facebook Live. So it's crazy. These things is electronic gadgets or something else. So anyway, my subject for today, okay, is dreams. It seems one thing that I seem to notice is that once we get beyond a certain age, we get older, we have kids, we get married, we stop living our dreams. We stop pursuing them. We figure, well, although before I had kids, before I got married, I wanted to be a travel agent. I wanted to sell Avon. I wanted to, whatever it may have been. I understand putting your dreams, goals, and ambitions on hold for the sake of a family. I really do. So I understand delaying them for that reason. What I don't understand is just totally giving up and not pursuing it whatsoever. I understand that life takes on a whole different realm. It's one of the reasons why I try to tell my son, wait to have kids, because when you have kids, your life becomes about them, not about you. So I can understand things getting delayed, but we live in a society, we live in a country that it's never too late to pursue your dreams. But probably 98% of the people that I see or talk to, they've more or less just settled. I had a dream of doing this, but I got this job, I have these kids, I got to pay this mortgage, I got to pay this car note. So we get locked up into existing. The thing about that is that one of the great things that I learned, and I've worked for myself for 30 years. I've owned my business for 25. One of the things that if I don't know anything else, I know this. Kids follow your example. They don't always follow your words. So the best thing that I found that you could do for yourself or for the generation following you is to show them that it's okay to dream, and it's even better to accomplish your dream. So whatever that dream may be, it's the goal of pursuing that, the motivation and the passion that it takes even later in life. No one said it's impossible. They said it's going to be hard. Hard is, you should not want easy in life. If it was easy, everybody would do it. You don't pray for hard, you don't ask for hard, but hard, as you get older and as you take on more responsibilities, it's just a part of the game. I can remember in 1994 winning the state title, and at the time I had just got married. My wife was pregnant with my son who's 26 now. Um, I've achieved everything that I wanted to in this fitness industry as far as judging, promoting, holding seminars, owning my own business, being a trainer. The one thing that I had never achieved is I wanted to achieve pro status as a bodybuilder. Um, and that was something that along the way of building what I have built, now mind you, I wanted to achieve the status. I never said I wanted to compete or try to make a living as a pro. That was never my goal. My goal was to build a great enough physique to where I achieved that status of being a professional bodybuilder. That's the one dream out of everything I started 30 years ago. I've done everything on my bucket list of this industry and profession except achieving pro status, which is still a fire that burns deep inside me. It's still a goal that I want to accomplish. And fortunately, I still work out. I still eat right. I never stopped doing that. I see some guys that used to lift, and you see them now, you could never tell, oh, I don't even do that no more. I never stopped lifting. I never stopped eating correctly. That passion to achieve that never stopped. So it's still in the back of my mind that I can do that. So it's harder, it's more difficult because I have a lot more things that I have to deal with, a business, clients. I have, 6, 7 people working for me. So it's a lot. It's no longer just like when I used to compete before, just go to the gym, work out, go home, and that was it. It's so much more now, so much more. My wife competes, so I'm training her, and we've learned that we cannot train for a show together. We'll kill each other. So in essence, actually for the last 6 weeks before her show, I don't even work out. I we found out that her placing started to go up when I actually trained her instead of saying, do this, do that, do that. Actually training her and pushing her and instinctively coming up with things while she's training, like, drop sets, supersets, off the wall exercises, all those things. I have the leeway mentally to come to that. If I'm not training, I can only tell you do the things that basically you could do on your own, or I can spot you on them. There's no inventiveness in that process. So I had to stop training so I could give her 110% of my attention. And once I did that, her placing started to go up to the point where she's achieved pro status. She did the Chicago Pro back in July. We had to go to Atlanta. We did not place where I thought she could have placed because the placing was fair. We just didn't hit the peak. She got sick, which happens. So now within me and within her, there's this desire that we know we can be better. We've proven it. We've got on stage, or she's got on stage, looking 1,000 times better than what she looked at this show. When you're an amateur and you're off, maybe it'll take you from first to third. When you're a pro and you off, it might take you from third to 15th. You know what I mean? Those girls are very good. And that's at any competition, whether it be figure like she does or bodybuilding or whatever, the margin of error is so small because they're so good that you have to be on your A game. So anyway, my whole thing is that the average age of most people competing is mid-20s. I'm in my early 50s. She's in her late 40s. It's more of a challenge. I look at it as more of a challenge, which she did when she was competing, to go against these people half your age and beat them. They don't have the responsibilities. They don't have any of the things that you have. And me personally, use those things as added motivation to beat them, which she has. So that's one of the things that we are looking forward to. We are monitoring and preparing and getting ready, because there's still a dream, a goal that I have for myself. So what I try to tell and teach people is that it's never too late to live your dream. So just because the dream got delayed doesn't mean it's over. It may be a little bit more difficult. You may have to work it, but use that difficulty, those obstacles, as added motivation. When you were going to school to get your degree and had no kids, it was a little bit easy. It was hard, but it was still a little bit easier. Now that you have kids, it seems to be damn near impossible. But what you have to do is make a way. You have to find a way and make that dream mean so much more, because you accomplished it with all the obstacles in your way. And it's doable. So don't give up on it. Keep pursuing it. Keep working towards it, and work even harder than you did before. I run into so many people now. They settled so much for mediocre. You can't tell me that you don't grow older when you're too old to do it, 90s, 100s, your 80s, that there's not a regret there. I can live with failure. There's nothing but a learning lesson, but I tried. I can't live with regrets, and no one else. You should never live with regrets, because with regrets, there's never an answer to the question, could I? You didn't even try, so you'll never know, and you'll spend the rest of your life, man. What if when my kids were 2 and 3 years old, I enrolled back in school, and when they were at school, or whatever age they go to school, when they were at school, I went to school. It's harder. You drop them off, give them their lunch, you go to class, whatever it may be. I don't know your life. I don't know your schedule. But what I do know is that there is nothing that's impossible if you really want to do it. What people start doing is they start to settle for mediocre. Oh, well, I wanted to do it, but, and no, do it and get the satisfaction and reward from doing it. Difficult does not mean impossible. Never let anyone tell you living your dream or going after the goals that you set for yourself long before a husband, wife, kids, responsibilities, business, whatever. You set these goals long before all that took place. Now reap the benefit and get the rewards and the satisfaction and the sweet taste of victory from going out and doing those things, even though it seems to be a little bit more difficult. To me, the things that I'm able to go out and accomplish are even better because of the difficulty, because of the obstacles, because of people doubting you, because all those things. It'll be 10 times better when you do it, when you make that dream a reality. It'll be even sweeter. So don't be like the 98% of the people that I run across that just settle for mediocrity. Well, I got this job. I got to pay the bills. Kids, the greatest thing you can do for your kids is to show them strive for your dreams. And trust me, they go by what they see, not by what you say. So if you're unhappy working this mediocre ass job, they're going to grow up and get a half-ass job and be unhappy working a mediocre job. I know when I worked a mediocre job, I drank more, I partied more, I drank, I got high more because I was miserable with my life. Even though I was making good money, I was miserable with my life. Since I opened up my business, I've never made as much money as I did. I was an auto mechanic before I got into the fitness business. I've never made more as a business owner or as a trainer than I did as an auto mechanic. I made a lot of money. But my happiness level is 1,000 times better. The drinking, the unhappiness, the regrets, all that is gone. I wake up every day and I'm probably the happiest person you ever want to meet in your life, even though I don't smile that much. But it's a feeling that nothing could ever take the place of, is to accomplish your dreams. So don't settle for a mediocre life. Get out there today, not tomorrow, today, and start doing something towards your dreams. They always say that never leave the sight of a promise that you made to yourself without doing something. If you did nothing but got online and researched, you're doing something towards your dreams. And a lot of things happen for us when we start to go down that road. Doors start to open. If you sitting on the couch, talk about shoulda, woulda, coulda, nothing's ever going to happen for you. But if you get up off your butt and start down that path, doors will start to open and things will start to help, and you'll be amazed at the difference in walking that path does for you. So until next week, your man sir-Earl checking out of here. Hopefully this thing records, and I'll see you again next week. Peace out.